Welcome back, folks. This is MACTFORDEDGE Facebook update, and I do want to welcome all the new members that we got here in this last week or so. Sort of skipped it out a little bit last week mentioning names. We have quite a few that did join up here recently. We got Stephen Aston, Jeffrey Binner, Robbie Boyd, Rusty Lehman, Josh Ketchum, Bill Bell, Eddie Urick, Keith Fonville, MJ Damon, Ahmad Nabawi, Julian Baron, Trevor McNamee, and Trevor and Tara, and Maxim McAllister, and Scott Miller here for the last week or so. Been a busy time as far as holidays and everything else, Christmas shopping. I've been on the road and just got back on Thursday night late. And of course, yesterday I spent time going out and doing my last minute Christmas shopping. And I did buy a few things. I just want to go over a couple gifts that I've been working on. And you know me, I do a lot of YouTube videos and do a lot of things. So I look for gifts for my children. And my youngest one, and she's really into playing in water. Anybody got a 6, 7, 8-year-old that loves playing in water? Haha, go figure. Anyway, I went and bought some of this stuff here. Yes. Okay. I bought that, and I bought this. Yes. Colored art sand. Fine. Okay. Anybody who have kids would know what I'm planning on doing. And what I did is I sprayed the sand with this Scotch Guard. Now, they call this stuff magic sand. Okay. And this is what I made. I made magic sand. And the way stuff works is you put that color guard stuff on there, and they tell you take it, and I just got done doing it. Now plan this stuff ahead, folks, because it takes a while for it to dry, especially if you're buying 2-pound bags like me. I mixed up 2, let it dry for a couple days, and I have not tested it. So like any good Santa Claus, I gotta make stuff, work. So I do like doing this sort of stuff. So I got me a glass of water. Okay, if anybody knows what this magic sand's supposed to do, you're supposed to be able to pour it in. So did I do a good job is the question. I'm gonna test this stuff out. Now, if I did it right, that is exactly what it's supposed to do, folks. Check that out. See that? And then you're supposed to be able to get your hand down in there and pull it up, and it comes up dry. So I'm going to take and grab it, and lo and behold, folks, look at that. Dry sand. Dry sand. Now, granted, my fingers are all wet with the stuff, and I got a big mess now. But that's how it works. And apparently for 6 and 7-year-olds, this is the best thing running. So I do have a successful mix of magic sand. And trust me, it costs like $8 or $9 for the can of the spray. It's enough to do at least 4 pounds of sand. So, I'm in the money. I have become successful in my endeavor to get some cheap magic sand, because I think the bags, I paid 24 pounds of sand. Yeah, that's a lot of sand. But I got it for about $1 a pound, and $8 for that. They sell this stuff, the magic sand, for like $10 a pound and a half. And I made it myself for far cheaper. So anyway, that is my magic sand. So if you want to know how to do magic sand, it's real simple. You just take and spray it down with this spray, and boom, you got magic sand. Really cheap, really easy, and of course it does the job. And I guess I'll have a very happy 7-year-old. So that being said, since this is the Christmas one, one other thing I did go is I got the Iottie. I think you guys see this. You can get it on Amazon, and I'll put a link here on it, but it clips onto your windshield. Now, I have seen some places where people are doing it on their dash, okay? I forget, right here. right there, that dash one right there. Okay. Thing is, the suction cup gets put on the dash, and when they're pulling it up, it pulls the dash up. Don't do that. Put it on the glass. Okay. But it's supposed to hold the phone. My wife's got a new Pixel, and she wants to have something to hold it, and I got one for myself because I'm always setting my phone on my seat, and then I turn a corner, boom, it goes off onto the floorboard. So, I want something to hold my phone too, so I think this will work. But it might be a good present, birthday present, something else later. But it is something I got for Christmas for my wife and myself. Other things that I have been doing, and I gotta hide my presents real quick, just in case somebody comes down. But let's see, we got some things going on here on the Facebook account, and of course I posted quite a few videos up here before Christmas. This will be my last one probably until New Year's, so unless something comes up, but I'm not going to be doing too much. Got a lot of stuff going on starting tonight, and then I'm just busy after that for the weekend. So let's see, I got several videos, a thermostat test, and then spark plug gaps, and then of course a little bit of joking about how we use our wives' kitchen stuff to do stuff. Us guys are terrible doing stuff in the kitchen with the wife stuff. But anyway, Mano, he bought himself a ProLogic solar battery tester. It's a high-tech thing, and I guess Tyler has one too. And so far they're loving them. They're charging batteries, and Mano knew he had a bad battery, or strongly suspected it, and ProLogic detected that the battery is not chargeable. It has a fault to it. More than likely it's sulficated. I don't know if you guys know what sulficated means, but what happens is the acids form crystals on the lead sheets, and once those crystals build out so far, they start contacting each other. Once they contact each other, that shorts the cell out and it kills the battery. Then you end up getting less charge because they don't hold a charge because there's too much crystallization going on over the plates, and therefore your CCAs go down, and eventually your voltage drops and the battery becomes bad. That's really what it is. I've ran golf cart batteries for many years, and it's a constant problem with electric golf carts. And those batteries run $200 a pop, and one cart that I have takes 8 6-volt batteries, and the other one takes 6 8-volt batteries. Go figure, okay? Just takes a lot of batteries, and you imagine when you got to change batteries out, you're going to spend $1,000 on batteries. So it's quite a deal as far as that goes. But that's what causes batteries to go bad. I just told Mano the time to get a new battery, and he went out and bought an AGM, I think, to put in it. We got, let's see, got my car washed. Yay, it does look good. And I am rather proud of the fact that my edge is probably the only edge in the United States with Bordeaux red metallic rims. Yes, probably the only color match Bordeaux metallic red Ford Edge in the United States, or anywhere else probably. But I do like the color. And then of course we do have Dennis Cotier. He's got that purple edge, which is a rare color. You don't see too many purple edges running around, so I haven't seen too many myself. So that's a rather rare color for a Ford Edge. Let's see, Randy, he's fallen in love with the Maserati. I don't know, that thing costs about as much as my house, I think. But anyway, it is a sharp-looking car. And would I take it? It was given to me, probably. Yeah, we'd probably go that route. But anyway, we got George Escalante. Poor George. He's got that P0016 popping up. And I think we're going to have to go with those VCT solenoids, George. That's probably your next step. You can't clean the darn things internally by just changing the oil. You literally got to replace them. And it does you no good to really. Many people have tried to clean those VCTs by cleaning them out, throttle body cleaner, whatever. It just never really works. The only true way to do it is to replace those VCTs if that is ultimately the problem. So again, George, keep us abreast of what's going on with that as far as the solution, and we do hope you do get it fixed. Tracy Lovejoy, I do not know what to tell Tracy other than she is popping coils like popcorn. Holy cow, lady. what are you doing? It's not her fault. There is something going on to pop that many coils at that low mileage. There's an electrical issue someplace. That's all I can think of. There's no rhyme or reason behind this. Grounding issue, something is going on. That thing needs to be scoped and scoped hard to figure out where these power surges are coming from and what's going on. Hopefully a new battery and new coils fixes it, but you know, time will tell. I will say one thing in the discussion that in my experience over the years with coils, if one coil goes, guess what's going to happen? Boom, 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 boom. All the rest are going to go, folks. It's like they're all relying upon each other. And once one goes, the new one is like, hey, I'm the new guy in the block, and I'm stronger and bigger than you, and I'm just going to beat you all up. And then they all fall down. So, you know, get all new coils, folks. That's the only way to do it. I've tried to do it one coil at a time, and you're just chasing your tail after that, because then you got to buy another coil and another coil and another. It never ends. It does not end until you get them all replaced. So make sure you go ahead and do that. Other things we got Mitchell back and his increasingly more work, but yet more, less work. Mitchell has been doing a DIY transmission removal and installation and doing it step by step. And so far he is very good at what he's doing, and he is reassembling his MKX. I said Ford Edge, I meant MKX. His MKX is got a new transmission he bought for it, refurbished, and it does have a great warranty, and he's currently trying to reestablish and reconnect everything back together again. And very methodical mechanic, I would say, in my observation. So he's going to have a good outcome, I believe. But we'll follow along and make sure this MKX runs at the very end. Let's see. What else we got? Heat, burnt odor or something like that coming out of Tori Whitaker's Ford Edge. And of course we went over probably one of the longest threads on a cabin air filter I've ever experienced. But we got her, a lot of people reminded, hey, change your cabin air filter. I'm one of them. I haven't changed mine since I last did the last video. You guys can go look that up when it was last. I probably do need to change mine eventually because I got a lot of hours on it, and check it out and make sure it's in good shape. But yeah, change those cabin air filters, folks. They do get clogged up after a while. His weren't too bad, so I'm going to assume somebody replaced them before. But pay attention to the write-up that we did on there, because it does tell you what direction to put your filter in, so you put it in the correct way. And then, of course, Andrew Jewett again on here. He is posting all of his Ford edges and his escape on here, showing his generational view of what he's doing as far as his Ford edges. And I do wish him all the best of luck for everything that's going on with him and his family. And, of course, everything will come out to a great end for that. Let's see, what else do we have? We have a lot of other things going on. Let's see. Claudio Polsnelli, I believe I said that right, maybe not. He apparently his 11 Edge Sport, the rear hatch sprayer is clogged. Based at 39 degrees, that's only a few degrees above 32. That hose is probably still frozen. Okay, I doubt it really thawed out enough to clear it up. That's a thin line. That's a lot of ice that could have been built up in there, and it just takes one little blockage. So warm it up, get it in the garage, get it nice and warm, and then thaw it out. Once you do get it thawed out and get it running, then pour in new antifreeze type windshield washer, and then run that pump. Just pump it, cycle it through. You might have to cycle out a gallon or so. You got to get that thing cleaned out and get that antifreeze type windshield washer in there. Otherwise it will freeze again. So you do have to clear that out and run that stuff through there. But then you should be all right after that point. Snow-covered edges are definitely the photo of the week, it seems, or weeks. Winter's here, folks. 21st we hit winter. winter solstice or whatever they call it, the longest night of the year is when it come and went. And now the days are getting longer. It doesn't seem like it, does it? Let's see. We got all sorts of dirty edges, and then of course we just had a discussion that I had put up in a posting about me not owning a torque wrench. Amazing, isn't it? I do not own a torque wrench. I never owned a torque wrench, mostly because I can get access to them. I just never seen the need to get one, because when I needed them at the garage, and the garage has them, it's just how it works. So, but I should really get one, because I think there are a couple times that I do want to get access, and you know, it's nice to have one just in case. So I'm really aiming to get one here in the near future. Someday I'll get one. I just haven't put my mind to it yet. Other things I did post on there is, of course, the oil life monitoring system. There's some questions on there. Just keep in mind that oil life monitoring system is nothing more than a countdown. It doesn't care what kind of oil you got in there and anything else. It just counts down the miles. That's all it does. It doesn't miraculously check your oil and do an analysis on it. It's not what it's set up for. It just counts down the miles and tells you when to change your oil, and ding, 10,000 miles is up, change your oil. That's all it does. Roger Armstrong has got his Gen 1 Ford Edge making a popping, bucking sound up the front end. And we all know that the Gen 1 eats strut mount bushings for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then has snacks in between. So it does not surprise me that his strut bearing mounts have finished. Okay, so time for some new strut work. You know, get those new shocks. I do recommend Motorcraft strut bearing mounts. They have improved them, I found, in later times when I using them. I tried other brands, but the Motorcraft started holding up a lot better once you replace them with Motorcraft, the newer version. I go with the KYB struts in shocks. They give you a little bit firmer ride. If you want the same soft ride, then go with the Motorcraft OEM shocks. Do not go with Monroe's, folks. If you go with Monroe's, I'm not even part of that. Okay, those Monroe's don't last, and they're way too soft. Okay, too soft to be even good for handling. So that's my opinion, and I'm gonna stick with it. But never had luck with them. Okay, so don't go with those. Now Mitchell Beck, he's drilled his PTU. I begged him to do a video on it. I don't know if he did or not. I have not heard anything back. But we'd be more than willing to watch that video, right, folks? So hopefully he did do something. If nothing else, a good photo essay on it would be outstanding. And then, of course, what else do we got going on here? We got Kevin Vanderbush. He went in and had his PTU drilled so he could change the fluid easier. And quite frankly, I looked at the bill that he got on that at that service shop that he went to. And man, I wish that shop was buying me. I'd stop making videos and go to this dude. Oh, holy cow. That, to me, that's a good deal. Well, the work he got done and the price he paid was really quite reasonable for you know, the work that was done. We all could only wish that we get a bill like that to get our edge flushed, fixed, and drilled and everything else. So pretty good deal. I would say he should stick with that guy, especially if he does good work. As far as anything else goes, again, lots of snowy pictures, and of course new members joining. Basically, that's the week as a whole. We've been doing a lot of DIY stuff, and I do have a spark plug change coming up for my wife's 2011 Ford Edge. It is at 90,000+ miles, a few miles over. Just haven't had time to get to it. I really wanted to do it beforehand, but you know what? My day job is getting busier and busier. So, you know, I just got to take the weekends when I can, and then of course it's the holidays and it just can't get there. So I will get to it, and I promise it will not be a 2-hour video or anything. I'm going to see if I can't edit this spark plug change down to less than 30 minutes, folks. Okay, just keep in mind there's a lot of stuff to do, and I'm one that tends to do detail. Okay, and understand, it does not hurt my feelings at all if you fast forward and only watch 5 minutes of it. it doesn't matter. But you know what? That 5 minutes you watched may be a different 5 minutes for another member. So, and then some of you have told me you go back and watch different parts because you missed it. So, you know, it's one thing to have a long video, but it's another one that everybody uses different parts, I have found. No one person is referencing any single part to any place else. So I will try to make sure I keep it detailed. I'll try to keep it 30 minutes. I don't know if I can because I just, you know, yeah, it's me. I like to have detail, okay? I feel if I got enough detail, there's less questions, okay? We show everything. So that's really what I'm aiming for. I'm going to install that PCV that you saw me put together on the valve, and I'm going to take that old PCV tube in that PCV valve, and I'm going to try to take that tube, heat it up, and pull that PCV out and put a new one in and see how it works. So we may be able to recycle and reuse, so to speak. So it may be you just have to buy a PCV, and then I'll experiment, and if I can put it back and forth together and it still works and snug, then all you have to do is buy the PCV and steal your wife's hairdryer. Pull it apart, put it back together. Save time and money on that aspect too. So anyway, and at the ultimate end, today is December 24th of 2016. And for those of you who do celebrate Christmas as with I do wish you, your family, and everybody else a very Merry Christmas. And of course, for every one of our members, I also wish everyone a Happy New Year. Directly from my heart to you guys, I want everybody to survive this coming holiday. Drive carefully. Be on the defense, not the offense. Take time, leave early, and make it to your destination, because I want every one of you to be around at the end of the year. So drive careful, folks, and of course, by all means, spend that special time with your loved ones and enjoy yourselves, and then come back to us and have a great new year and a start to a new year, because I know I'm looking forward to all sorts of new things, and I want you all to make sure that you're part of it. So from me to you, I want you all to be safe. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and remember, my feet hit the floor this morning, and I'm having a great day. And I want you folks to have a great day too. And with that being said, Mercy Grill, she's got a couple things to say to you. And of course, we're going to follow on some music. And speaking of music, I got new music coming at the first of the year. Have a great day.
Thank you for watching MACT's videos, and remember to like and subscribe. This is a Mercy Go production.